How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and we are back with our Toronto Maple Leafs franchise mode. And yes, boys, this is after the offseason. We have signed John Tavares, and I did ask for your guys' input on lines. The survey didn't get a lot of action because I forgot to put it up pretty much a day late. And I did get one comment though. You guys are seeing it now. I'm pretty much going to rock with these lines. I like the way they look, and I like the idea of spreading out our talent. Now, they're subject to change. Obviously, I could always change them during the season, like move a guy like Nylander up and Marleau down, and then put Kadri back on the second line, and maybe just go best line, see what happens. Defensively, maybe we still need some work. We might actually need some help here. I don't know about defensively if this is going to get it done, but I know we certainly have the offensive core to go ahead and get everything done. And as far as ice time, that was the only thing I was concerned about. I'm going to go ahead and give Nylander, Tavares the first line power play, but I'm putting Mitch Marner on the point with Morgan Rielly. The reason I'm putting Mitch Marner there is he's listed as a first line forward, and I want to get him first line ice time. Same thing with William Nylander, so these two guys can play on the top power play unit. And then on the second power play unit, we have Jake Gardiner there, who I believe is replacing Hickey. I'm not too sure because Wideman's pretty decent offensively, Gardiner's good offensively, and then we got Marleau, Kadri, and Sedin, so a bunch of veterans here on this second power play unit if this younger first unit doesn't get it done. As far as the penalty kill is concerned, I decided to move Connor Brown up to the first penalty kill unit just because he's a little bit upset with his ice time right now, and he is listed as a third line scoring forward, so maybe getting some top line penalty kill minutes will improve his morale. And then obviously, guys, in goal we have Anderson and Picard again, going back with that rotation in net. And then we have Lievo and Soshnikov there just in case. I think I might just send those two guys down to the AHL because I don't really need them. Maybe a guy like Soshnikov will make it on the roster if a guy like Connor Brown just isn't paying off, or maybe Scott Hartnell's at the end of his career here and he's not doing well, or Hyman. Whoever is not playing well, Soshnikov's probably going to be our first go-to coming up from the AHL, guys. So, because Soshnikov is the best player we have down there in the AHL. Going back to edit the lines here, going to AHL. I'm just going to hit best lines in the AHL. It doesn't look too bad, doesn't look too great, but defensively we need to make sure that we have not Marincin. Yeah, we don't want Matt Marincin playing, I don't think. Actually, wait. Rosen, he's listed as a 7th defenseman. He's 24. I'll replace Marincin. And we want Timothy Liljegren playing because he's now up to a 74 after one season, which is great to see that kind of growth. I'll give him a time with Andreas Borgman here. He's listed as a minor top 4 defenseman. We've got plenty of solid defensemen here in the AHL or AHL level defensemen. But Liljegren listed as top 4. I'm going to give him his exact ice time. There's the forward lines, and then goalies, McElhaney and Sparks, both playing there as well. So it's time to go ahead and get the season underway. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to the trade deadline in this video, but my plan is to get at least a couple months of simulation done. As far as when, maybe the All-Star break is a good time to stop the video. Depending on how we're simulating, of course, if we're simulating really, really poorly, I could always stop it here at the beginning of January or sometime around Christmas. The Christmas break there as well. But January 1st to the All-Star break is about when we'll stop. So let's go ahead. Enough talking, enough showing the lines. Hopefully these lines work out for us because I think we've got a really, really solid team. If anything, we need help defensively, but I said that was our problem earlier. But thankfully we have Liljegren coming up probably next season if he continues the kind of growth. If he goes up by 7 again, I think it was 6 or 7 overall points he went up. He's definitely going to be able to make it into the NHL. So let's go ahead and just simulate this first month here. We'll get through everything. I'll do the scouting and preseason, kind of indicative of how your team is going to be. We seem to be scoring a lot of goals. Now, I know it's preseason and nobody's actually playing their full roster, but it's just kind of nice to see how our team that I've put together here, that we've put together, will perform. Because basically, what this video's question is going to be, guys, it's down in the comment section right now. I won't forget it. It's basically, should we make a lot of trades at the deadline, or should we maybe just go get a 6th defenseman? And there's some players that want to meet with me. Austin Matthews, wearing the C, thanks for the opportunity. There you go. Demanding, he responded favorably. I can't say I've made sense of you taking away my captaincy. I understand it's disappointing, and he's not affected by that at all. So I get it. He didn't want to lose the captaincy, but I definitely think it's time for Austin Matthews to be the captain. And we get back-to-back losses to start the season to the Montreal. 3 straight losses to start the season, which is okay. Then we get a shootout win against the Capitals, so we need to. Yes, there we go. Let's get the offense in gear. 5-1 win. There we go. 4 straight wins now against the Devils, who are 2-5. Can we pick it back up, please, boys? Let's go. Amateur Scout, it's a good year for rookies. Well, what do you know? There's another win, a solid 2-1 win. So we're winning a lot of close games, it seems. Then we lose, I think it was a shootout loss. I'm not too sure what it was. We'll go for 1 month for defenseman as well. Yeah, oh no, it was a 2-0 loss. Borowiecki for a 4th and a 5th. Do I want Borowiecki is the thing. No, I don't want him. No, thank you, Ottawa. I do not want that trade, and I do not want to give you picks. My picks, especially. 5-3 win against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Luke Shen in the 3rd for our 3rd, a 5th, and Geertsen. Is this actually Luke Shen? How good are you? He's not good enough to be... he's not an upgrade, basically. If somebody's an upgrade, if I get like an 81 overall defenseman in one of these trades, I may go ahead and make the trade. Wow, offense is coming to play here at the end of October. We are 9-4. I think that's a very, very solid record. And that's good enough to tie us for first in the division with the Tampa Bay Lightning. They do have the game in hand. But John Tavares has 18 points in 13 games played so far. So that signing is paying off big time. Austin Matthews has 15 and 13. Now, he's not going to be the star anymore because we have John Tavares here. Nazem Kadri, surprisingly, playing that third line minutes. Marleau, Nylander, Marner. Okay, so Marleau's on the first line. Nylander and Marner there as well. Sedin. So our second line of Kadri, it's Sedin, Nylander, Marner, excuse me. And then we have Kadri... Kadri, Reichel, and Bozak. They're actually all playing pretty decently. I don't see Zach Hyman is a minus, but that's nothing too crazy. I mean, he's the only minus player on the team. As far as defensemen getting points, we have Chris Weidman with 5 points, and he's a +3. Weidman really the number one guy. He's got 2 power play points. He's got himself a goal, so 40% of his points are coming on the power play, so I don't know if that's sustainable or not, but he could really become a solid power play general on that second power play unit. That second power play unit, I think, is going to be playing very, very well for us. And then in goal, a good bounce-back season for Picard to start. He's played 4 games. Anderson's played 9. They both have pretty much the same stats. They're playing out of their minds right now. Above a .930 and below a 1.9 goal against average. For Frederick Anderson is absolutely insane. So maybe we're just possessing the puck in the opponent's end the entire time, and he doesn't really have to make a lot of big saves, and he can just play solid, positionally in there. And there's another win, a 5-3 win there, a shootout win against the Devils. That's big. That's an Eastern Conference opponent who we may challenge for the wild card. I'm not even thinking wild card right now. I'm thinking division. A 5-0 shutout win against the Sharks. A 4-1 win over the Yotes. Now we're going up against the 9-7-3 Wild. We win in a shootout. The New York Rangers here, we lose 4-2. You can't win them all, but so far, we're playing really, really well to start the season. I am really, really satisfied with how this team is playing. After missing the playoffs last year, I definitely think this is a make-it-or-break-it year for us. If we don't make the playoffs, we need to take a divisional spot. If we get a wild card spot, I'm going to be very disappointed, especially with all the talent we have on this roster. There's 3 straight losses. 1 point in 3 games is not going to get it done. There's another loss. There's another loss. All right, so we're coming back down to earth a little bit here as we end November. I don't really like to see that. I'd like to see that John Tavares number there. And the Ottawa Senators are taking off in the division, boys. They are 7 points above us, 6 points above the Lightning so far. So far, the lines seem to be working. We are playing well. I kind of think I want to put Nylander on that top line. Yeah, Nylander, he's playing well. I know Marleau is playing well, but I think if we get another playmaker up on that top line, I'm only going to move Marleau down to that second line. I'm actually going to check our power play percentage in just a second to see how that is going as well. But I don't think we really need to make too many changes. I'm just going to swap Nylander and Marleau so that, we can have... he's just a better player. Toronto Maple Leafs, where are we as far as... Wow, the Florida Panthers score less than 2 goals per game and almost give up 3 against. That is rough. We are there in third in the division for goals for and fourth in the division, so pretty close we're close to being a top 3 team in the division, which is why we're in fourth, obviously. Anyway, I was going to check the power play percentage. I forgot about that. So far, goals for and goals against is not our problem. I think it's just the games that we do let up in. And we've got the second worst power play, only a 17% power play. So I don't know if I want to make too many changes on the power play. Maybe, I don't know if I want to spread out the wealth too much because I want that first power play unit to really get that, just carry the load for us on our power play. But Sedin, Marner, Marleau, I think that's a good combination with Matthews, Tavares, and Nylander. Still down here, Connor Brown is improved his ice time or improved his morale, but it seems like our fourth line here is a big fat minus. So let's go ahead and move Brown there, Reichel down. Hyman, who can take faceoffs? Hyman can take faceoffs, so there we go. We'll move Brown up because this line right here, they are even. They seem to be putting in points, so if maybe I spread that out just a little bit. Kirby Reichel playing well down there. Maybe can help out that fourth line. I'm going to go check out the power penalty kill percentage as well because Connor Brown being on that first line penalty kill, I don't know how our special teams are playing. I know 17% isn't bad, but not edit lines. I definitely think that our power play percentage could be better, especially with the talent. I mean, look, you got Nylander, Tavares, Matthews, Marner on that first power play unit. So, I mean, Morgan Rielly back there as well. So you don't really have anybody below an 86, which is Marner, and even him. He's very solid offensively, moving the puck and everything. And penalty kill percentage, we've got about 82%, so I'm okay with that. We're about middle of the league special teams. I think even strength, though, we play very well. Maybe having Nylander with Tavares and Matthews will help them take off a little bit. But let's go ahead, simulate another month here. Just get this through, get up to January 1st, because the team is simulating well. I hope I didn't just ruin it or jinx it by making those couple line changes against Vancouver. We lose in a shootout. We're still on this really bad losing streak. We lose again. Another loss, boys. We have been taking L's like crazy right now versus Chicago. Del Zotto here, a third Geertsen, and our sixth for Del Zotto. Del Zotto's an 80. He's not really that big enough of an upgrade for me to give up that kind of pick. Versus Chicago, we lose again. If we lose this Winnipeg game, boys, I'm stopping. All right. Stop the sim. Stop. Do not. Oh, my God. Ron Hainsey has been injured with a strained hamstring. We got to go ahead and call somebody up from the AHL to play in the NHL on the back end there. Valiev or Nielsen. I kind of like. I'm gonna go with Valiev here just because I think that he's got the better mix. He's a better two-way defender. Edit lines. I'm gonna go with best lines because we are on a seriously bad losing streak. They have Matthews on the second line. That would. I don't know if I want to try that or not because he'll be playing. I mean, he'll be a real serious boost to that second line, but he's not going to be happy about his ice time if that happens. Special teams, we've got Matthews up there, Gardner. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the best lines, and we're going to see how they go for about 2 weeks. I don't want to simulate too much more because of. Yeah. Oh, look at Liljegren up to a 76 now. The man's is growing quite well. Borgman and Nielsen. Borgman, yeah, I'll take him down. Nielsen and Liljegren. Hopefully Liljegren, he could even be, a 6-1 victory there against the Calgary Flames. So I'm going to go up here to the end of December. We're going to see how we finish out these couple weeks. Hopefully Austin Matthews doesn't get upset with his ice time and we lose 5-1. We are taking a lot of L's lately. It's not looking good for us right now. We need to figure out something to change the tide here. I mean, okay, there we go. And Nazem Kadri, okay, he got injured, but it was just a small day-to-day injury. Tampa Bay, we win. There we go. 2 big wins to get us back on the right track. Ron Hainsey is available to play in the team's next game. Let's go ahead. Send Valiev back down. How is Valiev doing? He's a +3. You know what? I'm going to leave it. If Valiev's a +3, I'm going to keep him up here. If he's a +3 in just 4 games or something like that. Versus Ottawa, a 3-0 win. Versus Pittsburgh, a 2-1 win. And then against the Devils, I think we took we got the dub. No, we took an L. You know what? We seem to be turning it back around. I'm gonna go ahead and simulate up here to the 13th, and that's what I'm gonna call it here. It seems like we have like a 5-day break in there as well. Versus Boston, Borowiecki. No, I don't want Borowiecki. A 3-2 win against Boston. Now against Ottawa, we lose 6-5, so that one kind of sucks. Tampa Bay, we lose 4-0. Man, we started the season so hot, and then all of a sudden, it's just turning down. Like, it's such a downturn. I don't understand why. We beat Florida, McElhaney into fourth for a fourth. I'm going to go with no, because if we're going to... Oh, we lost 10-4, and then we win 6-2 over the Oilers. So 23-18-3. So we're good. We're not going to challenge for the division. It doesn't look like. We are in a wild card spot, but we're also close enough to being out of the playoffs. What changes need to be made? John Tavares absolutely carrying our team right now. John Tavares, 53 points in 40-some games, in 44 games. Austin Matthews has 43 and 44. Nylander now with 42 and 44. I mean, that was our first line for a little while here. Oh, wow, Connor Carrick is a big plus. Hickey and... okay, so the combination of Hickey, Weidman, and then Hartnell, Hyman, and Sedin. So Hartnell and Hyman are not playing well. Connor Brown seems to be doing better now that he's on that third line instead. But the line of Hartnell and Hyman just... and the combination of Hickey, Weidman does not seem to be one that's working out for us, so maybe I change the lines around. Our goaltenders, wow, after such a strong start for our goaltenders, Frederik Andersen had a .930 save percentage to start the season. Now he's down to .908. That is absolutely atrocious for a starting goaltender. If you're below .910 for a starting goaltender, that is not what you want to see. Now let's go ahead, check out our goals for and goals against per game. I really think the issue is our defense. And I don't know what trades I can make to get better defensemen, but as far as goals for per game, it's 3.05. We're averaging over 3 goals per game. And as far as goals against, we're getting a little bit up there as far as goals against per game. Our power play percentage, we're the worst in the Atlantic. And the penalty kill percentage, though, is the second best. So it looks like our power play is not getting it done. It actually got worse after I went with the best lines on the power play there. So maybe there's a couple changes I should make. I'm going to refresh you guys of the lines. I don't know how Austin Matthews has been doing recently. I wish there was a game log where I could see how he's been doing in like the last 10 games or so. He's shooting 12%. Game morale because of ice time. So on December 15th, which was not long ago, he's gained morale because of ice time. So let me know your guys' thoughts on what we should do. Should we go out and acquire a defenseman? Should we let the simulation play out? And also, if you guys want to comment down below about what you think the line combination should be. I don't know what's going to work, what's not going to work. But you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more. And I will see you guys in the next one.